Massive escalation in the Middle East as an explosive-laden drone hit a hotel building frequented by foreigners in Erbil, Iraq. The drone targeted the Erbil Arjaan by Rotana hotel in Iraq's semi-autonomous Kurdistan. The drone attack occurred just hours after the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad warned that Iran-aligned groups could target sites frequented by foreigners. According to Turkey Today, the drone was successfully intercepted and debris fell near the hotel, resulting in no casualties. Erbil's counter-terrorism forces said international coalition air defenses shot down 4 drones carrying explosives over the city. 2 additional drones targeted a U.S. military base near Erbil's airport, and another drone attack targeted the Erbil headquarters of an Iranian Kurdish opposition group, according to the Jerusalem Post. Separately, 2 drones targeted a vital facility in the southern Iraqi city of Basra. 2 security sources told AFP that a drone struck the Burjesia oil complex in Basra, an energy site hosting foreign companies. Fire broke out in offices and warehouses belonging to U.S. firms Halliburton and KBR. This was the second such incident that took place on Friday. A security official said 2 drones were shot down over the facility, but a third penetrated defenses and hit the site. It is unclear if Iran is directly involved in the drone strikes or Iran-linked Iraqi militants carried out the attacks. The Iran conflict has disrupted energy production, strained the power grid, and raised fears among Kurds of being caught in a broader regional confrontation. Kurdistan region leaders say they are being drawn into the widening conflict. Kurdistan Region President Nechirvan Barzani reiterated that the region does not intend to engage in the conflict and warned that the escalation threatens local security and lives. Kurdish officials have rejected claims that they are coordinating offensives into Iran, saying they seek to preserve peace and stability.
Iran has launched strikes on suspected Kurdish separatist positions in Iraq's Erbil in what appears to be a warning shot amid growing fears of a new front opening in the widening Middle East conflict. Visuals broadcast by Iran's state-run Press TV showed thick plumes of smoke rising from areas near Erbil after the strikes. Tehran claims the operation targeted armed Kurdish groups it accuses of planning attacks inside Iranian territory. The strikes come at a time when tensions between Iran and the United States are already at boiling point. Iranian officials have long accused Kurdish separatist groups operating along the Iran-Iraq border of receiving support from foreign intelligence agencies. Tehran says these groups have repeatedly attempted to infiltrate Western Iran and destabilize the country. According to a report by Reuters, several Iranian Kurdish armed groups based along the Iran-Iraq border have recently been discussing possible operations against Iran's security forces. The report says members of the Kurdish coalition have been training and preparing for attacks aimed at weakening Iran's military presence in the region. The developments are raising concerns that the Kurdish region of northern Iraq could become another flashpoint in the broader confrontation involving Iran, Israel, and the United States. Tehran has warned repeatedly that it will strike any group it believes is preparing cross-border attacks against Iranian territory. Meanwhile, a CNN report says the CIA is working behind the scenes with Kurdish groups in an effort to pressure the Iranian government. Multiple people familiar with the matter told CNN that the U.S. intelligence agency is exploring ways to support Kurdish forces and potentially arm them as part of a strategy to trigger unrest inside Iran. According to CNN, discussions about possible operations inside Iran have intensified in recent days. Kurdish fighters based along the border are reportedly assessing whether they could launch coordinated attacks against Iranian security forces if the conflict in the region escalates further.
Iran launched a massive attack on separatists in neighboring Iraq's Kurdistan province amid reports that the CIA could fund and arm the Kurdish forces to spark an uprising in the Islamic Republic. Explosions and roars tore through the night silence in Kurdistan. Another footage showed fireballs from debris, possibly from a missile, falling near a house, triggering chaos and panic. Multiple blasts were also reported earlier in the province of Sulaymaniyah in northern Iraq. Local sources said the attacks targeted the headquarters of the Kurdistan Toilers Association, or Komala, an Iranian Kurdish armed group in Iraq. But why is Iran targeting Iraq's Kurdistan amid the raging conflict with the US and Israel? The attacks come amid reports that Iranian Kurdish armed groups have consulted with the United States in recent days about whether and how to attack Iran's security forces in the western part of the country. According to Reuters, the Iranian Kurdish coalition of groups based on the Iran-Iraq border has been training to mount such an attack in hopes of weakening the country's military. Multiple people familiar with the matter told CNN that the CIA, America's top spy agency, is working to arm Kurdish forces to foment an uprising in Iran. The source revealed that the Trump administration has been in active discussions with Iranian opposition groups and Kurdish leaders in Iraq about providing them with military support. On March 3rd, US President Donald Trump even spoke with the president of the Democratic Party of Iranian Kurdistan, Mustafa Hijri, according to a senior Iranian Kurdish official, according to CNN.
The Trump administration reportedly is considering arming Kurdish forces in the hopes of inspiring a popular uprising in Iran. Could you comment on that report?
I can comment on the fact that the president has held many calls with partners, allies, and leaders in the region, in the Middle East. He did speak to Kurdish leaders with respect to our base that we have in northern Iraq. But as for any report suggesting that the president has agreed to any such plan is completely false and should not be written.
Secretary, so there are reports that the administration is considering arming Iranian Kurdish groups. So could you please clarify that whether any such plan has been authorized and whether Congress or regional partners has been notified and consulted?
All I would say is none of our objectives are premised on the support or the arming of any particular force. So what other entities may be doing, we're aware of, but our objectives aren't centered on that.
Remember, Iranian Kurdish armed groups have thousands of forces operating along the Iraq-Iran border, primarily in Iraq's Kurdistan region. The Kurdish people are an ethnic minority group without an official state. There are an estimated 25 to 30 million Kurds, the majority living in a region that stretches across parts of Turkey, Iraq, Iran, Syria, and Armenia. Most Kurds are Sunni Muslims, but the Kurdish population has diverse cultural, social, religious, and political traditions, as well as a variety of dialects. Several of the groups have released public statements since the beginning of the war, hinting at imminent action and urging Iranian military forces to defect. But Iran's IRGC has been striking Kurdish groups in the mountainous areas in Iraqi Kurdistan. Tehran has targeted multiple locations it claims are linked to Israeli strategic centers, as well as bases and facilities associated with Iranian Kurdish opposition groups. An Iranian drone on March 4th targeted an arms depot at the headquarters of an Iranian Kurdish opposition group in the town of de-escalate. 2 drones also targeted a U.S. military base and a hotel in Erbil. Erbil, the capital of the Kurdistan region, has endured several consecutive days of drone and rocket barrages. Many of these attacks have targeted the U.S. military presence at Erbil International Airport. Mounting attacks by the IRGC and pro-Iran militant groups forced the Kurdistan Regional Government, or KRG, to issue a statement distancing the autonomous region from any military activity directed against Iran, emphasizing that Iraqi Kurdistan must not be used as a launching ground for attacks on neighboring states. KRG officials also indicated that they have communicated directly with Iranian Kurdish opposition groups operating in the region, urging them not to carry out cross-border operations into Iran from KRG territory.